Hey, Mark Shepard here. It is a beautiful, rainy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I lose track sometimes because I've been deep. I've been deep in working on a lot of this stuff, and I've got several courses running at the same time, and I want to get this video done because my main commitment is to touch base with you every day, to connect with you, to give you something of value. That's like the deepest commitment I can make. And so every day I start the day with thinking about what can I share with people today that A, maybe I haven't already shared, or B, that I can maybe go a little bit deeper and do it in a way that's hopefully fast, quick, easier, better, faster, to help you kind of stay on track with wherever you are. Whether you buy one of my courses or not, that's not my concern really. Ultimately, I'm reaching out to as many people as possible who are interested in mastering their mind for a change. And if what I give you for free is helpful enough and you're good to go, that's great. If you want to go deeper, that's what the courses are for. And right now, we are kind of approaching a deadline where my brand new Crush Anxiety Now course, which is a 31-day power-packed adventure in crushing anxiety and interrupting the old patterns of negative thought that you have been stuck in. It's an amazing product. It's an amazing course, and I'm really proud of it. And we kind of just slipped it out at a very low, kind of what we call a beta test price, and the price is going to go up tomorrow. And if you're watching this at some point in the future, sorry, the price went up, but it will still be reasonably priced for what it's worth. But I wanted to just give you some more value. I don't like talking about raising prices. I don't like that kind of stuff. Not because I don't feel comfortable with selling my ideas, because I am. Literally had a phobia in the past of telling anybody about anything. Like, I would record a CD and then I'd never sell it. I wouldn't even bring it to gigs. I was too ashamed to sell. Didn't want people to think I was selling. But ultimately, the root cause of the word to sell is to serve. And I can't help as many people as I want unless I actually have stuff that people want. And so that's that. But I wanted to talk about anxiety today. What is anxiety? And ultimately, anxiety is thinking about what you do not want to happen. That's it. And with that information, theoretically, you should be able to totally and completely destroy, crush, annihilate, eradicate anxiety from your life right now. Thinking about what you don't want to have happen. And how do you stop it? Well, you start thinking about what you do want to have happen, right? But how do you do that? How do you stop thinking about what you don't want to think about, right? So here's the classic example that we use in my hypnosis trainings, that most hypnosis trainings use, and that is, whatever you do, don't think of a blue tree, right? I just told you not to think of a blue tree, and you did, right? Whatever you do, don't think about biting into a lemon and sucking on that sour lemon tart juice that causes you to pucker and more saliva to fill up your mouth. And even just describing what I don't want you to do, you have to try it on in your mind. That is how we are wired. That is your unconscious mind trying to serve you, really. So the one way to stop thinking about what you don't want to have happen, and that's why I gave you the free why question thing. If you've opted in here, if you haven't opted in, opt in. Get Witty Wop to Sippy, the world's most powerful self-hypnosis technique, because it ties in with how to stop this shit, right? Because we can always think about what we don't want to have happen in the future. That is the human ability. However, we have a choice. We can also think about what we do want to have happen. And what we want is maybe 5% of don't want, so we know what we don't want, which is helpful, right? It's helpful. I don't want to die of lung cancer, so I want to breathe fresh air instead of tobacco smoke, right? I don't want to be so overweight that I can't move and that they have to use special equipment to get me out of my house, right? What do you want, okay? I want to move my body. I want to be able, when I'm in my early hundreds, I want to be able to take care of myself, go for a walk, have a great life. I want to be able to bend down and tie my shoes, right? So I hold in my mind, this is my practice because I was a massive anxiety sufferer, is to take anything I don't want and flip it and turn it around into what do I really want? What is it that I want? And I got some great emails from one of my members, Linda, who actually had one of the older Crush Anxiety versions, and hopefully she's upgraded to the new one. And one of the things she said was, okay, well, what if I don't know what I want, right? Well, you do know what you want. You have to take what you don't want and flip it upside down, right? It's literally just reframing it, turning it around. And one of the challenges I've had as a hypnotherapist over the years is people would come and sit in my trance chair and I go, so, what do you want? Because I need to know from them or from you what it is you want so I can create suggestions that really click into your unconscious mind. And they would all go, well, I don't want this, I don't want that. And I'm like, whoa, stop. What do you want? And they're like, what do you mean? I just told you what I want. No, you just told me what you don't want, right? We are so habituated to focusing on what we don't want that we don't even notice it. It's like the fish breathing the ocean, right? They don't know they're in the ocean, right? Because it's just there. Your negative thinking pattern is one of the main things that we have to stop. But how do we stop it, right? And that's where Crush Anxiety Now comes in. It's a whole series of ways to stop, to interrupt the pattern, and to literally retrain your mind in fast, easy, amazingly, sometimes funny ways, to retrain your mind to focus on what you do want, right? And that's really the key of all keys. This is not a disease. This is something that is so intrinsically basic to our human nature that there is no pill that is going to change you into focusing on what you want. Any pill you take is literally just going to numb you out or mask your ability or inhibit your ability to imagine, which I think is probably the worst punishment that anyone could do to a human being, because it's our imaginations that make us human, that bring amazing things. I mean, just this whiteboard and this whiteboard pen, someone had to imagine that, right? The cell phone, someone had to imagine it. The car, everything that we touch on a daily basis, everything we experience, the light hanging from my ceiling, this camera, the camera tripod, everything someone had to imagine. So today, your takeaway, and I got to end this because I could go on for days with this stuff. This is a rant. It's building to a rant. Oh man, today your takeaway is to focus on what you do want. And how do you do that? Well, one technique that I've given you for free is to ask yourself positive why and how questions. Why does it work out better than I could possibly imagine is literally an antidote to anxiety, because anxiety is thinking, why does it always work out worse than I can possibly imagine, right? That's literally what anxiety is. Stop, take the needle, scratch the groove, and replay. Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? I chant that shit some days, right? Literally, why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? Why does it work out better than I can possibly imagine? I write it out, and literally, that is the key to stopping thinking about what you do not want, and the key to thinking about what you do want. And when you drop an open-ended question like that into your unconscious mind cannot help but try to rise to the challenge. And you just gave it kind of a beautifully impossible challenge. It's like giving a math whiz one of those insolvable problems, but not telling the kid that it's an insolvable problem. And the kid goes off, and like 7 days later, no one's seen him because he's in his room, and he comes back with the solution, right, to the quote-unquote insolvable problem. That's what I want for you to learn how to make a daily practice with your unconscious mind. And that's why Crush Anxiety Now is kind of a breakthrough for me. It's not 7 days. It's not, learn these 2 techniques and you're good to go. It's 31 days of me showing up for you, specifically for you. And I've tried to make a lot of the videos very short and very precise so you can get in and get out and get on with your day and stay on track. And then at the end of 31 days, you might want to go deeper with me into one of the other courses, or you may want to just go right back to the beginning and go through it again for another 30 days. Buddhists have little beads that they do, and Catholics have little beads. They do the rosary. Other religious practices have little ways to kind of stay on track and stay focused on the idea, the presence of mind, the prayerfulness, the peace, the joy, whatever it is that they want to focus on. And that's, again, another antidote to anxiety. So today, that's it for now. I will let you go. I know you have a busy day, and I want you to imagine your day working out better than you could possibly imagine. I want you to imagine all the people in your life actually having great lives and having wonderful experiences, and being able to take anything that doesn't look wonderful and turn it upside down and flip it so that it actually is the greatest gift that you could ever receive in order to grow, to flourish, to thrive. And that's what I want for you. So hopefully you'll jump in if you haven't already gotten it. Crush Anxiety now. It's cheap. It's ridiculously cheap. Please do not judge it based on its price, because it probably should be a $500 course. I've paid easily $500, sometimes $700, sometimes $900 for courses that were not even as good. And I did not ask for my money back because those courses helped me. I take online courses a lot. That's why I do this. I'm like, my God, these online courses have helped me. This is how I learn the best. So I'm looking for people like you who are willing to work on themselves, willing to take charge of your own change, willing to step out of the old victim role, shake it off, and step into this powerful, powerful mind master role that is kind of actually fun. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's sweet. It's sustainable. It's life affirming. It's a blast. And I'm talking too much. I got to stop. I love you, and I will see you on the inside. Thanks so much, Mark Shepard, honesthypnosis.com.